Welcome to Navigate Autism with Jane Lynn. I'm your host, Jane Lynn Britton. I have been so looking forward to today's show, and I'm going to tell you why. This show is airing in April, which is Autism Awareness Month, and that's a special time, so I wanted to make sure that I thought of something that was very meaningful for you and something I could share with you. And I've been planning this for several months, and it's finally here. What we wanted to share with you today are some of the things that are, and that's a friend of ours I'm going to introduce you to in a minute, but I'm going to share with you some information that has been the most impactful life changers in my life and my son's life. And those are natural products, natural healing products that have helped us heal our bodies. So I call it healing symptoms of autism because that is what I've seen. As a parent of a child with autism, you know how important that is. We want our children to thrive, to reach their potential, to heal and be healthy. And in order to do that, we try so many different things. You may have heard me say this, but 1 year, through all the therapies and doctors, we spent over $50,000. I don't regret it because I learned a lot. And I wanted to try these techniques with him. Many of them worked a little bit, some didn't, but I did not see that lasting effect that I wanted to see. It wasn't until we started using some natural products that I started to see those big changes we were looking for and hoping for William. And so I didn't want to keep these products a secret any longer. I wanted to share them with you. And because I'm so excited to share them with you, we're also streaming this live on Facebook through the Princeton TV Facebook page. So to all of you who are there joining us, please say hello and wave. We're so glad you're here. We wanted you to have this information now so that if you're looking for things to help yourself boost your immune system, help your clarity and your focus, and just feel good naturally, this is the place to be because you're going to learn a lot today. And at the end, I'm going to tell you where you can find more information in just one place. So with that, I'd like to introduce you to my three phenomenal female guests. The first one is Miriam Handler from Sunrider. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And then we have Eileen Reiman, who many of you know from my very first show, our essential oil lady.
Hi, everybody.
doTERRA. And then I have a friend from California, Jessica Pace. Hello, Jessica.
Hi.
Now, Jessica is a little bit extra special because she's also a mother of a child with autism who you've already heard. His name is Jack, and hopefully we'll get to see him at some point during the show.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll pop over.
That would be great. So we'd like to go ahead and start with Miriam. I've known you for several years, and you're here to talk about Sunrider. These products, first of all, I think I mentioned, but if I didn't, I'll reiterate. All of these products we're talking about, I've tried, and they've really helped me and my son. And I know you've been eating them for 28 years.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
You are the expert.
Thank you.
And
I'd like to think so.
You are, and you know me and what I'm going through with William, you guided me on what would be best for children with autism. And there are a lot of products, but we agreed to talk about 3 today. So please tell us a little bit first about yourself and what led you to Sunrider, and then what the products you're going to share.
Right. Okay, I'd love to. So I found Sunrider 28 years ago. Someone shared it with me, and I was asking to find something that would balance my body. I wasn't happy with some of the things that were going on. I always needed more sleep after 9.5 hours of sleep. I had all sort of digestive problems, and I just wasn't feeling myself after 2 children. And so someone that I met on a plane told me about Sunrider, and I was very anxious to start.
I can imagine, because we're all seeking something, and I know you're a very natural person looking for things that are healthy and won't compromise anything else you're doing. So please share with us some of the products.
So in this box are the basics of Sunrider foods, and these are whole life foods. They nourish, they balance, and they cleanse the body. So for the topic that we're talking about today, New Plus, which nourishes the body, nourishes the cells so that we regenerate healthy cells. We also eliminate cravings when we eat New Plus, and we have energy, And we eliminate mood swings.
That's a
which
big one,
is-
right?
yes,
For
real
all of
important.
us, but definitely children
Yeah.
with autism.
Correct. Yep. And the other product is Fortune Delight, which is, this is Nourish, so this is Cleanse. So we have a yin and yang process here. And Fortune Delight assists the body in taking impurities out of the body. Also gives you energy. And it just is an uplifting, healthy drink that children love and adults love. And I've changed all my drinks to Fortune Delight, and comes in many flavors.
Can I just share a short story?
Sure.
I drink that as well, and I can literally feel whatever it is in my body, just like the toxins just leaving it. If I ate something that doesn't agree with me, I drink Fortune Delight, and I can feel it leaving my body. So I know it's helping William, and he loves to drink it because of my own experience. So
Yeah. So the children actually feel the difference, and they ask for these foods. I know that with my grandson, who's ADHD, and he loves these and asks for them.
So once you cleanse the body, you no longer crave those bad things or those sugars, right? And then they can really taste what's good for them.
So it changes their instincts of what they would like to have in their body. They actually instinctively go for healthier foods.
I love that. We all do, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. So I know you have a story with Vita Spray, and I know I told you about Vita Spray briefly when I met you, but you told me that you were giving your son.
Oh, right. So Vita Spray is B12. It's liquid B12. And we did methyl B12 shots for several years. And it got to the point William would refuse to let me do that anymore. So we could not get that benefit from the type of B12 that really enters your body and helps out very quickly. So when I started using the Vita Spray, it's easy. He does it himself, and I got to see that eye contact and that clarity come back that we really liked from the B12 shots.
And one spray under the tongue gives you all the B12 that you need for a daily dose. And it's sweet tasting. Children love it. They don't have to swallow capsules. And it gets into the body subliminally under the tongue much more effectively than a capsule. And that's why you did shots, because shots go into the bloodstream fast, but this does as well. And it's a food. It's a food, and children love it. Adults love it. I use it every day.
Love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And I know there's so much more you could share on all of these products, so thank you for keeping it short and sweet for us today.
My pleasure. My
Thank you,
pleasure.
Miriam. And now, Jessica, if you're still there, we'd love to talk with you a little bit about another product called Double Helix Water. Jessica, when I first met you, I told you my name for it is Liquid H-Bot because when I was introduced to it, the person explained it in a way that made me realize, okay, it helps our bodies really break down and utilize the oxygen. And we did a lot of hyperbaric oxygen treatments for William. We had a chamber at one point. I saw the effect in myself and him. So I was excited to try this. So Jessica has been using it yourself with your son, and please tell us a little bit about you and your child, Jack, and what you've seen with Double Helix Water.
Sure. Well, I'm a retired career woman, now full-time mom to Jack, who has autism. He's severely autistic, and we ran into similar things. It sounds like you did with William: lack of eye contact, speech stop. He just closed down. So we have been dealing with nap treatments for him for a while, and about 6 months ago, we found Double Helix Water. And it comes in a little bottle like this. It's very, very concentrated. And what it does is it's ultra pure water in stable water crystals, which allows your body to absorb it. And it does a lot of different things, but the specific one we chose to do, what we really focused on actually, is inflammation. It is an anti-inflammatory. You start with a small dose, a few drops in a glass of water or a whole bottle in a gallon of water, and drink it, throughout the day. And so we tried that. Skeptical, not gonna lie. And Jack calmed down almost immediately. He just went from bouncing off the walls, running around, to focused, playing with the toy. I think it was a train, or into train. And I was like, oh, hey. So my husband and I went with Jack. We all had the best night's sleep we've had in years and continue to sleep great if drink during the day. And so we did that, saw some great changes, and speech got a little bit better. It was nice. And then we decided to play up the game a little bit. And Jack is on a full bottle a day. This is a very high concept. And he had some neurotransmitters connect, and he actually became aware of needing to go to the bathroom. And not just have to go, Mama, I have to go. And he came running up to me one day and says, I peed, and went and peed all by himself. He's almost 4.5, and in pull-ups, and this was about a month and a half ago. And that doesn't go on its own. As anyone with a child with autism that's dealing with that aspect of it, it doesn't just go on its own. And now he goes all by himself, still wears them at nighttime, but he most of the time picks up dry. So the ability with the double helix water to get his brain neurotransmitters fire correct is truly amazing. And his speech, he's putting concepts together. His memory has changed quite a bit. So those are the 3 things that we've noticed that has changed with us at this one aspect into all the other things we're doing, and has changed our life. This has been a real game changer for all of us. And now my whole family drinks the water, and it's sort of become a phenomenon over here. And I don't know what I would do doing it every day. I mean, it's part of our lives, part and parcel of our lives, and it continues to bring about changes pretty much every day. So, yeah, I'm a believer.
That is an amazing story, and I love, of course, we love the fact that Jack is doing so well, and you and your family as well. But the things you talk about, the improvements that he's made, are very similar, like I said, to what we saw with hyperbaric oxygen chamber, and that's one of the reasons I love the double helix so much, is because it's so portable, it's so convenient, and you can travel with it. You can administer it yourself. I mean, you can have a hyperbaric chamber and do it all yourself, but this is just so easy and fraction of the cost. And then you can manipulate it like you're doing. And I know, because we've talked, you're very careful about how you up the amount and the things you observe, and to make sure that it's not too much for him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's standard 101. Start it out real gently and see what's going on. Sure. But you had mentioned the uninvasiveness of it, and so did I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, on the Sunrider product. Same thing. It's wonderful that you can spray that in the tongue, double helix water again, a couple drops in water. It's such a less stressful activity for parents and their children that have to take these things. And yeah, I think that was also a big selling point, was that versatility and easeability. Nobody gets stressed out. There's no crying. And just put them in the water, and there you go. So
that is wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And we didn't see Jack, but maybe he'll say hi a little bit later. But
yes.
I really hope that this continues to work for you and for him, and that you continue to see such great gains from them. And you may want to try some of these other things we're talking about.
I'm planning on it. I'm like making notes and mentally so I can check everything out. It's really exciting.
Well, you're in luck, because like I said at the end, I'm going to tell you where you can find information for all of this in one easy place. So thank you, Jessica. And now we'd like to hear from Eileen, hearing about doTERRA oils. Now, I'll tell you you know that I've been using them for years, and I have some of my favorite products and favorite ones, and I still use them for my favorite, health food store. But I have increasingly been using doTERRA, and I do feel a difference. like I can feel the difference just in the type of oil it is. And I know that you've said they're highly concentrated, they're medicinal grade, and I can tell you I feel that. So it's not just words to me anymore. I really get that. So, and again, there's many of the oils. So thank you for narrowing down just a few. These are my favorites, and I'd love to hear you share
Okay.
some more info.
Great. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited. Obviously, you know how passionate I am about my oils. It's like they became part of my life almost 6 years ago, and that's when I started to incorporate them into my house in a very big way. We had become through some, very challenging times, and it was really difficult to step back into the real world and get back on track. And we really were having a real struggle with that. And my friend introduced me to these oils, and it was really about bringing balance to me and my family. We got a diffuser, which you put a little bit of water and oil in, and you can affect a mood in any way you want. So you can uplift a mood, you can calm yourself down. So, you have complete control over what you're addressing, and whether it's a couple of drops that on the back of your neck or on the bottoms of your feet, there are so many different ways that we use the oils. In fact, this is actually a diffuser necklace. So I carry my favorite oil on here, and then when I'm feeling stressed out, my traffic jam on the way here really had me losing it. So just a little calm you down. So we have like you said, your favorites. These happen to be my favorite oils as well. I'm glad you suggested them. So our balance oil is a beautiful blend of very grounding wood oils. Okay, so they are very gentle and grounding, so that they help to bring a peace and a calm into, so if you put them on you or you diffuse them, you can put them on your children, on the bottoms of their feet, so that when things are starting to escalate and the stress level in the house begins, and you need to calm yourself down before you address, what's going on around you. So it's sort of like putting on your oxygen mask first when they tell you to do that on the airplane. You take care of you, you set yourself right, and then you move forward and you can be more effective. So rather than getting all, escalating, you use your balance oil, a great blend of gently grounding oils. And the Serenity oil has a little lavender in it, along with other oils as well. So that this turned out to be my absolute favorite sleep combination. When I was getting stressed out, I would use it during the day, but I would apply that to the bottoms of my feet and the back of my neck, and this is on my nightstand. So we were just relaxing our bodies and our minds and reducing that stress, anxiety, and it also quiets that busy mind at night when you lay down and you think of all the things you wish you should have done and you didn't do. It helps to settle that end of things as well. So anxiety and stress and promoting a healthy night's sleep. It's excellent. Independently, Serenity and Balance by themselves each do great things, but then when you put them together, it's a really beautiful combination. They smell great too. And to me, that was a great thing. Going to bed, I always put it here because I sleep and I smell it off my wrist, and it's a good soothing feeling. And then we have my frankincense oil, which is the king of all the oils. It is historically goes all the way back in time. You can, hear about it in the Bible, and, you hear about that King Tut had it in his tomb, and there's a reason for it. It's very healing, very powerfully effective on so many levels, and it's a great cleanser to the body as well as grounding. So any combination of the three of these, your frankincense, your Serenity, and your Balance, you can use them independently and you can use them in combination together. And this way, you get to find what works for you and what you really fall in love with. There are dozens and dozens of other things to add to the three, but this is where I started. I started with the Balance, so on.
And we're part of some of the same groups, specifically focus on parents and kids with autism. And
Yes.
we read about this all the time and hear people talking about how their kids are sleeping better, how they're calmer, their mood swings are better. And the frankincense, I keep hearing, and I've actually experienced with William, is helping with his his brain function. He's talking a little bit more. And we do, like you said, put it on the bottom of his feet. We always start very gently with oils because William is very sensitive, and it's something I recommend that everyone do because you never know how you're going to respond to any of these products. So the bottom of the feet, as I understand it from you, Eileen, is that's like the place you want to start because it's the gentlest, more gentle place.
Yes, they are, the pores on the bottoms of your feet are the largest pores, so it's easily absorbed into your body. So if you're just starting and you buy a bottle of frankincense, and you could use some fractionated coconut oil. And if you don't have that, you could use olive oil or something along those lines. This is just unscented. The fat's pulled out. It has no scent, and it stays liquid. So you can put a little in your hand, put a drop or two of the frankincense, put it on the bottoms of the feet.
Right.
Put it on yourself as well. You know, everybody stays calm and focused.
So just to clarify, because I've done this, the fractionated coconut oil dilutes it.
Yes, it
So
does.
it's a way to use it that's not in the mist. I can't remember the name, the diffuser.
Right.
But it will dilute it with the oil, and
So you
therefore
can
won't
use
be
it
as strong.
topically. Yeah. So you can start really light and then, like, you know, get to experience the results, and then you'll get to really adjust. You can adjust. I mean, and I can put the frankincense and the balance. It sort of like magnifies a little bit. It helps to enhance the effects of the one or the other oil, which is really nice. In blended together or independently, they're really great. I was going to say about purity, and so on, that doTERRA's oils are put through many layers of testing to guarantee their purity, so that you're not just buying something off a shelf someplace that you're really not sure what it is or where it came from and where it's sourced from. And that's probably the most important thing of all, is what you're putting on your skin goes in your body. So the essential oil and it's where it's sourced from and its potency and purity is absolutely the most important thing.
No, I agree. I'm glad you raised that point because we can go anywhere these days. We can go to the drugstore and find essential oils, and that's great. But a lot of them are perfumey and meant to just give this nice aroma. So if you're looking at it from a medicinal factor and you want to use it to really calm your body or stimulate your body in some way, you want to get one of the pure oils,
Absolutely.
like a doTERRA oil.
Yes, that is probably the most important thing I could share today. You know, love my oils, but I used to buy them just anywhere because they smelled good, and then I realized what they can really do, and that makes all the difference.
Right, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing
you.
all of that because, like I said, I have seen amazing things. In fact, the other day, probably a month ago, I posted on Facebook a picture of Serenity and said, my new best friend, because that is the thing that helped William go to sleep. Oh, I hear Jack. Is he there, Jessica?
He is.
Hi, Jack.
Hi.
How are you? We've been learning all about you, Jack. Thank you for joining us today.
Very excited about the computer.
Good. That's good. Starting to learn at an early age. Not a bad thing. Wonderful. So thank you, Eileen. That was very informative, and we love your oils and always love learning from you. And Miriam, thank you as well. As we're talking, I remembered one thing you didn't say and I didn't say about Sunrider is it's also highly concentrated.
Absolutely, 7 times concentrated, and some of our, our newer products are 30, 40 times concentrated because we do need a lot of nutrition in this day and age. And nutrition is really what is going to get our bodies in balance and have the bodies working the way they're supposed to be working. And I saw that with me firsthand, and that's why I decided to share it as a life purpose.
I love it because I feel good about using the product because I know that, like you have educated me, is that we can't get enough nutrition from the food we eat. No matter how much we eat, it's not possible. And so to have something so concentrated in a healthy, with all the things that you need, the healthy ingredients, it makes you feel good, plus it helps our children. Right. So it's the best combination.
And also, no pesticides, no herbicides, the cleanest food you can find on the planet.
Yeah. And to be honest, I think that's why I like all these products. It's like they're the cleanest products, and they don't interact in any negative way with anything else that you're taking. I look at it as healthy options. and even a compliment to what you're already doing if you're taking medicine or doing another treatment. So I would love to talk much longer about these products, and I know that these fabulous women would as well, because we've taken them and used them for many years and have many stories to share and how they've healed ourselves as well as children with autism. I hope you have found this useful. There is so much information, so we've put it all on my website, navigateautism.com. There is a tab called Natural Healing where you can learn more about each of these products, and if you're interested in finding them, it tells you there how to find them. Thank you to those of you who joined us on Facebook Live and for saying hi. We're so glad that you joined and that you're supporting us. And to those of you who are watching in April, I wish you a very, very happy Autism Awareness Month. And I'm glad that I was able to share one of my passions with you in this way. And finally, I want to thank everyone. Miriam, my Sunrider, thank you. And Eileen,
You're welcome.
Tara,
Thank you.
thank you. And Jessica and Jack, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having us. I really appreciate it. And to all us ladies for doing something to help our children and even just general health, it's wonderful to connect up with you guys. And both your products are definitely going to be into our home because they look great and amazing. And I'm so glad we all connected up. Thanks to Jane Lynn for bringing us together.
Oh, you're so welcome.
right,
I'm
Jane.
so glad we did as well. And you helped to remind me of something, Jessica, so thank you, which is Jessica, Eileen, and Miriam have said they would be very happy to answer any of your questions. This is the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to know.
Yeah.
And as you're exploring today, tomorrow, next week, next year, they really do. They're so passionate about this, and their contact information is on my website as well under the Natural Healing tab. So check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you again, and thanks again to our Facebook Live friends and to those watching on TV. I look forward to seeing you next time on Navigate Autism with Jane Lynn.